Very good evening to you, my friends in Guyana, particularly in Berbice. Um, Coming to you with some information on Guyana. And the last time we spoke, we talked about water users and corruption and such like that. But there were a few points that we missed, and I just want to clear this so we get it right. Concerning water users in Berbice, I am suggesting that if the objective was a project to make farmers independent, and that did not materialize, or that was frustrated purposely by the government, then why did they take $4.4 billion Ghana dollars? And I am suggesting that it may have been one of the deals where money is siphoned in different ways. And there are many ways I can tell you how it happens, because it still does, it always did. It's like a state secret, you know. It's there, but anyway, some of my missed points. I want to let you know that when your government takes a loan from the IDB or any bank, that loan accrues interest. And there was, during that project, I had the privilege of meeting one of the bank's finance administrators, kind of. His job was to ensure that the expenditures were going to happen. He could see physical evidence of money is being expended and whatever. And I had this discussion with him about this money is people's, Guyanese got to pay back this money. So what happens if we have a situation where the money is siphoned in different directions? Well, does the bank have things in place that could fix that? You know what he told me? And that was when I felt very sad for Guyanese and Guyana and knowing what happens all the time. He said the objective of the bank is to ensure that the loan happens. So the point man at the bank, the IDB, his job is to ensure that the loan goes through. All the criteria that are there. But number one objective is not the criteria, is to ensure that the loan happens. Because remember, loan accrues interest, and interest is what banks work for. Now on the government side, they want a loan, and if they're a decent government, they would take a loan and do what they need to do and ensure that all the project benchmarks are met and everything is beautifully done. But if they're a corrupt set of people, which usually is the case in countries like Guyana, third world countries mostly, they take the money. If the project works or it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. As long as there are avenues for kickbacks, that is paramount in the minds of the people who are trying to get the loans. When we were in Blackbush Polder and we were promoting Water User Association, there was this guy by the name of King, and he said something that I now understand makes sense, or eventually I realized that it makes sense. He said this program, 20 years before they had a program just like this, 15, 20 years before then. And it always comes in, a lot of things are happening but nothing happens. The benefits are never seen. Anyway, the primary objective of that project was to ensure that the offices could collect the taxes and provide the services and that the people can elect their own management systems all by themselves, independent of government. As a matter of fact, government would relinquish control after over a period of 5 years, where the farmers would have been looking after their own pumps, maybe with support from government at some level, because remember, farmers provide foreign exchange, so support is requisite. But the kind of support, that we have now is support that it's like token support. It doesn't work. It's not guaranteed. So that is much we learned. The way we should have done it was to collect the taxes on the land, not on the names of the owners, but on the parcel of property, which means that we should have detail of all the lands, know who farms it, and put systems in place to collect the taxes from the farmers rather than the landowners. And that would have been the simplest way of achieving the objective. That, like I said, it was frustrated, and most of us would realize why eventually. Now I want to explain to you why I think that it is, and these are things that we have worked, we have studied, we have put figures together, we have looked at scenarios all over the world, and it's really, really simple to work. I'll give you a little example using 5274 and Nizam Rajab as a chairman in the 90s, early 2000. That was a period of time, late 90s, early 2000. As a matter of fact, I must say that I am very proud to have served under his chairmanship. He was a very principled guy, and he was anti-corrupt, basically. He would have none of it. As a matter of fact, he was one of the guys who got frustrated down the line when he realized that as much as he tried to be not corrupt, he realized that there are areas of government that are very corrupt. And it's the same Indian nesting we have with us. You support your own, and that's the most disgusting thing that is happening in Guyana. Anyway, in the first 5 years, using taxpayers' money you collect from rates, purely, we excavated 24 irrigation canals, what we call Midwalk, and 48 drainage canals, what we call sideline. And as soon as we excavate them, we put maintenance programs on them. And this was a very young local government administration putting these things together. As a matter of fact, local government, that was the first local government election after many, many years, maybe 28 years, I'm not sure, the PNC time. But PPP was proud of being able to do this. So we do that in 5 years, and we did continuous maintenance. We managed to manage our dams by, as a matter of fact, I remember us with a guy named Budzing doing test runs and ensuring that he had a big tractor with lots of room at the back. And that's the first guy that we actually worked with that did room plowing. And it became a great success. It still works up to this day. The objective of all of this that I'm telling you is that I'm not sure. Two things. I'm not sure if when government takes loans on your behalf, if their objective or their intention is, very sure. And what way can we, as citizens, protest or do anything about it if it's not in line with the way it should be, or the sincerity that we expect from it? I'll leave you this few words, and you can make up your mind as to, maybe we can comment on it in different times, but we can start thinking about what really can we do if we have corruption in our midst in government systems. Bye. Very good evening to you. Bye-bye.